Welcome everybody. Just came down to wet a line. Got my buddy Dominic with me. Hi Dominic.
Get some fish.
Yeah. Dominic's gonna use a spinner bait. We just put a fresh skirt on it. I've got a couple of different jigs, one with white paddle tail swim bait on it, and I got another one with like a cheap craw imitation. We'll see how we do today. Water's kind of calm right now. Just greased my reel this morning. It was sounding rough. Look at that, first cast, guys. It's not a half bad size one either. Not a half bad size one either. Bring him on up here. Wow, you got some nice girth on you, buddy. That's all good. I'm gonna gill this guy, or not gill him, jaw him. There. Open up. Yep, he wanted it bad. He choked it, guys. Got it disconnected. Boy, he had that tail down his gullet already, everybody. All right. That is him. Really good shape. Off you go, buddy. Grab both sets of pliers since that set took a dive. And there's mine. For you, sir. Thank you very much for the assistance. Wow. That white swim bait sure did get noticed. How bad is my line now? Ooh, a little bit of abrasion. Little bit of abrasion. Think I can get one more pike out of this, guys, and then I'm gonna have to retie. My hands are good and slimy. Good luck, Dom. Get them pike. That was a nice size one for this lake, eh? Yeah, the only problem is do I get the first cast curse, and that's all we see. You know, well, for me anyway, right? Yeah, he took that deep, man. That was crazy. Like, I've never had a pike that the tail of the bait was inside its belly, you know? That water's darkened up. You can tell it's fall. That should be an extremely noticeable spinner from that skirt. I got to get myself a new reel soon for this baitcaster. My handle, the locking nut for it's starting to go on it. But I looked up the reel that came with it. It's less than $60 brand new. So I'm gonna upgrade my reel. I'm just trying to decide what one I want to get. You can turn that drag up a bit. There you go, that's good, that's good. You'd be amazed on how tight that drag will get fast. Nice, nice. Finish reeling this in quick. Nice. Want me to pair of pliers for you, Dominic?
Sir, I showed you.
I'll hold that for you. Oh, it's another half decent size, eh? Let's get a good look at her, dude. I want to roll her over on the other side. Yeah, it's not the same one either, because the one that I caught had a nice an older scar on it. But you can even see the pink starting to come into their bellies now. They're starting to hug the bottom, eh? It's because of how cold they are. Look at that beautiful tail. Gosh darn, that fish has some nice color. Nice and barbless too.
Nice and easy.
Right? Good job, buddy. Good job. Nice catch. Nice catch. That's 2 guys.
Not even 10 minutes in.
Right? Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. My friend Dominic and I were down here the other day fishing. This is part 2, a couple days later. While we were fishing, I noticed that my fishing rods were actually, they were making a little bit of a grinding noise. It was kind of distressing, so we stopped fishing and I zipped home. I did some servicing on my rods. My spinning rod, the reel just needed a little bit of grease on the bearings and a little bit of butter on the gears. No big deal. It's working beautiful, like brand new again. But I did find when I took my baitcaster apart that one of my bearings was gone. So I still serviced it, and it is usable, but it's only going to last so long. That bearing is really on its way out. So I looked up the price of the part, and the part minus shipping was as much as the baitcaster was worth. So never mind that, I decided that's a no-go. So I ordered myself a new baitcaster. It's so I figured for the remainder part of this video I could do a little bit of a review. It's a Quantum Pulse pl100sa. It's a 5 bearing one. The gear ratio is 6, 6, and 1. It's got it says 135 yards of 12-pound line it can hold on to. If you take a look at the side here, this is a new feature I've never seen before. They call it a line memo. It goes from 8 in numbers up to 65. So they say it's supposed to be for 12-pound line maximum. I'm assuming that's monofilament. So I'm just gonna press this in. I've got 30-pound braided line on this. So I just turned the dial up to the 30 there, just to make sure. I'm hoping that that's correct guessing, because I couldn't find any information on this line memo feature. It does have a nice click drag. Clicks pretty nice. A fairly decent stepped magnetic drive system. If I press that button there, I can crack that open and take a look right at the magnets, but I'm not going to. That button there. So, and then I can even make it free spool so that there's no brakes at all. Anyway, I'm just going to strap this GoPro on my chest, guys, and then we'll try tuning this sucker in, because I haven't even tried casting it once. Alright guys, when I spooled this up, I put as a piece of backing about 3 layers of 12-pound fluorocarbon, and then I just uni-knotted that onto the 30-pound braid, and then I did a double uni-knot here, same thing that I did to get the braid on. I put that onto 60-pound mono so I can actually deal with pike teeth. I have not set the drag. Oh yeah, that's really loose. Let's give that a few clicks down. That's better. Drag is set. Let's check tension. Check that again. I think maybe I'll tighten that just a touch. There we go. So I'm going to turn the brakes all the way up for this first cast, just so I can see how far she goes out and everything. And now each cast I'm going to bring that brake back a little bit. Oh wow, that's quite a nice quiet cast. Turn that up a couple clicks. I don't even know if I'll catch any fish today. The whole point today was just to get this bait caster kind of set, get the feel of it, you know, maybe give you guys an initial impressions. If I catch fish, great. If not, I'm not worried about it. I've got lots of time on the weekend to fish. I just wanted some first impressions of this. Hi ladies. Really like how quiet this reel casts. 6-6-1 gear ratio. It's so smooth bringing it back, guys. When I get it back, I'll turn these brakes down just a little bit more. I'm actually kind of thinking I'm going to turn them back down to about halfway. So let's go about halfway here, guys. Try this little cast. Oh yeah, that's just nuts. That'll just go forever. For how far I casted, the brakes could have been turned up just the littlest bit. But that spool is lovely. It's like butter. Very pleased with this purchase. We'll see how long this lasts. It feels nicer in the hand than my old baitcaster. But the old baitcaster was the default that came with my bait casting rod setup, so it's probably the cheapest one on, well, it is the cheapest baitcaster on the market. Got a weed guard on my jig here, and I still managed to pick up a chunk of weed. Yep, that is just beautiful. That's much nicer, much nicer. Now this Quantum Pulse pl100sa, this was actually $84 at Canadian Tire after taxes. So a little bit more expensive than like your Abu Garcia Black Max. Boy, that's smooth coming back. Like butter, guys. Like butter. I love the knobs too on the handles. A little more meat. They just have that little more substantial feel to them. They're a little bit bigger, you know what I mean? Oop. Yeah, see, I had the brakes off too much. Well, I will deal with this backlash, guys, in a second if I can. That's the one that's causing me an issue. There we go. Almost always win. The secret is patience when it comes to a bird's nest, guys. You can almost always win. Gonna turn those brakes up a little bit because I was not thumbing the spool at all. I just wanted to see what number the brakes would work for my average cast. Because hey, if we can avoid having to thumb the brakes too much, that's great, or thumb the spool too much, that's great. If I can find that little happy balance. Once I find that happy balance, then I can figure out when I need to thumb that spool, right? More importantly, if I can find that happy balance, then I can start easily see just that little number, and boom, it went way better. So we'll do a couple more casts with this way without thumbing the spool, see if that's that magic number, and then I can figure out per lure where I should have that number set so I barely have to thumb it. Yeah, just depends on how much pop I put behind it, it looks like. I'll just run it back a little farther. Turn that brake up one more click. So we'll do that now. Be really cool while I'm tuning this reel and getting used to it if I actually hooked a fish, because then I could test that drag. But this bait caster will have lots of chances for that. Still just a touch too much looseness on that spool. Seen so many guys have to reload their spool because they lost their patience trying to get a bird nest out. Oh, well, turn that brake up another click. It's just such a smooth reel compared to my old one. It's going to take some getting used to. But I'm okay with that. It is definitely a higher performance reel than my last one. Really brings that. So I'm going to have to get used to that gear ratio too. I had an 8.3-in-1 last time. And now I've got a 6.6-1, so she seems to come back a little quicker than I'm used to for reeling, so we'll just slow that right down. Yeah, I think I just found that magic number, guys. Got one, guys. Didn't even realize it at first. I thought it was a weed. Just an itty bitty little guy. Kind of figured because it didn't peel any drag at all. When I hook set, she didn't have a ton behind her. Just a little pike, guys. Itty bitty little guy. Itty bitty little guy. Hooked right at the top of the beak. Just put that down nice and careful like. Look at him. Again, always barbless, guys. Open up. Let go of that hook. So there you go. Just the littlest guy, everybody. But off he goes. Nice and slow and gentle. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, everybody, that was an interesting video. I really like that new reel that I bought. It's pretty good. I mean, it's certainly not going to be a $700 Shimano or something like that, but for the money I paid, it's really extremely smooth. You know, it's that next step up from that entry level. Pretty pleased with it. If anybody out there watches this video and knows what that line memo little dial is all about, please let me know in the comments section. I think I've got it set right, but just a wild guess on how to use it, just because I couldn't find any information anywhere on the internet on it. So maybe one of you guys would know something about it. Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.